right, the call has now been recorded from this moment on.
So are we just going to go over, like, what happened at the update for the land?
Yeah, just to go over, this call was all you. Go over what you went to the land and what you saw in the land and the suggestions you guys talked about and everything.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, yeah, we braved the wild today. We went down to the land, and we walked about 2 acres of it. The biggest thing that we came away with is that the land is going to have to be cleared before we get people down there on August 15th. Because we were walking through, we were trying to get through the entire property, but the undergrowth is so bad. It was hard, and we had walking sticks and everything, but it was hard to get through the undergrowth because I think it's actually grown up more since you left before in your video, and so it was so hard to get through all of it. So it's definitely going to have to be cleared at least a little bit, or the pathways. Love Power was talking about making like a perimeter with some type of earth moving equipment, like a bobcat or excavator, and making a perimeter around the land so there'll be like a pathway, and also making some pathways like every 50 feet so that we could walk on if we could clear the entire land by August 15th. In the video where Jashim had the PVC pipe, where he said that he wanted the housing, that's actually the highest point of the land, which is good. The rest of it kind of slopes downward. And so if we put the housing there, not only is it good for security, but it's also good because when it comes to the flooding and rains and storms and all that stuff, it's better to be on a higher point on the land. Let's see. Of course, the road is going to have to be fixed. We did see that. And we did think that getting it paved was probably going to be a little bit more expensive than just putting down gravel. And also, gravel is actually a little bit noisier. With pavement, it's hard to hear people coming, but with gravel, it's a little bit easier to hear. So definitely we might have to put some gravel down on the road, especially if we anticipate a lot more people coming down, as we get the community built up. If we start at the beginning of the property where the housing is going to be, we can do like a maybe clear, maybe 300 yards in both directions. So that way, as people come down, myself, Ramel, we can have at least some type of vision on the land, so we can, continue to build up as we're there. The RV idea is awesome. The RV idea that you had, Jashim, where we just rent some RVs. I think the biggest thing is having the power pole installed, because the RVs aren't going to be a problem, because that clearing at the front is really good for that. So, and also as we were driving down the road, we saw a lot of other people doing that. They had like their RVs kind of like in a U shape. I think it looks like most of them have been there for a long time, or they're using that as permanent housing. But you can definitely tell that the RVs, even though they claim it's like really bad weather, tornadoes and all that stuff, people still had the RVs out there. So it must be at least somewhat safe. Let's see, what else did we see? We weren't able to, like I said, we weren't able to see all of the markers, so we didn't walk in the other direction of your land, Jashim, because we weren't sure if that was actually your land on the other side of the road. Right. So we only got as far as the 2 acres because of that also. We didn't know that both sides of the road was your property. So the next time that we go down there, we're going to stay for a weekend. We're going to try to get some equipment by then, and at least try to clear a pathway around so we can get a better visual. Also, we're going to do some research and Google Earth it, and maybe get like a aerial view of the property, so that way we can also see a better perimeter. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can get that information from the county assessor as well. Like we could probably go up to the county courthouse and see if they have like a map of all of the property or the ownership of the property, and that way we can map out the perimeter as well, and that way we won't have to walk through and find out and figure out exactly where every marker is. The well, that's the last thing. The well, where you put the well, I know you said that you wanted to go down 50 feet, but we actually found where an area, more so towards Jashiam's neighbor. It used to be like a creek because there are like ferns and different things, moss and things growing down there, and you can tell the way it's indented that there's water there. So it would probably be best to put different wells in different areas to have different water sources. So that's basically it.
All right, so like when my land started, as soon as you make that left off Salter Road, that's where the land started. So.
Okay, so that's the question that we had, because we knew that the when you first come in, like the left side, we knew that was your land because of where the PVC pipe was, but we didn't know the other side was yours as well.
Yeah,
and so.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Oh, and we just didn't know, so we didn't walk that side.
Wait, it started from that little old rusted gate that you see when you first came upon it on the side. Off the road. Yes. That is where the land starts, and it ends on when you go to the other side and you hit the other brother's property.
Got it. And when I thought so, because I saw the markers when we came in. It's just that Love Power wasn't sure, because he said usually when you see markers, it means that that's the end of the property. But that actually wasn't the end of your property. That was like the beginning, I guess, of where we, once you pass the gate. I guess it was signifying like the beginning of your land. So the next time that we go down there, we'll probably walk both sides. To see the other, because we didn't walk over there, so we don't know exactly, any issues over there.
Right, and the land it is more wide than it is long, because it is more wide than it is long because like I said, the lengthwise it goes from that initial turn as soon as you turn on from that gate all the way down to the other brother's property, and then after that it's wide from that dirt road on there. Like 200 feet, 300 feet on the right side, and then like 7 to 8 acres on the left side, all the way down.
Got it. Now my question is, because that's what we were looking for. We were looking for the lake. So you're saying when you keep on going down that road past his structures, the lake, you'll come up on the lake.
Yeah. The lake isn't really on my property. The lake is shared through all the landowners there. It's a communal thing.
Got it. Okay. So the next time what we'll do is we'll just walk, because my car, I have a Sentra, and it's not going to get all the way down that road. So we'll probably have to just get up to where you tried to fix the road and then walk the rest of the way. Because in my car, we tried to get it at least that far, but my car, the wheels, and that's another thing that we were talking about, because I know you had an idea for like a community van, which is, an excellent idea. But we were saying we think it might be best to get like a pickup truck of some type, because the wheels for a van are kind of the same type of wheels as like a regular car, my Sentra or something like that, and those wheels are not going to hold up out there. So it might be best to get like a bigger truck that has sturdier wheels, if we do decide to get like a community vehicle.
Yeah, I had that same problem with my car. I actually got stuck in there a couple of times. And I had to get out and push. So what we normally do is I normally park in that clearing, that big clearing where the house is going to be, and we just walk.
Right, because that's what we came up on we saw where you tried to fix the road, and I told, because I was like, my car is not up. So we just parked in the clearing, and we got out and walked, but we tried to get down there, but my little Sentra is not gonna make it. So,
have you guys planned? Have you guys You guys have like an estimate of how much it's going to cost for like renting the equipment and stuff, so we can start
Yeah. Love Power. Yeah, Love Power said to rent a Bobcat, it's about $400 to $500 for 4 hours. So I think we probably tomorrow I'm gonna start calling around to some construction sites or somewhere in that area and see if we can possibly find someone who will let us use it at least for a day or two at a discounted price, because that's going to add up real quickly, because it's going to take us a longer period of time than 4 hours to actually clear the land, and $500 for 4 hours is already expensive, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
It would probably be best for us to try to find someone who will let us rent one, or rent the excavator, that Peter was talking about, because that one is a lot more multi-purpose, and I think that one would probably work best for what we're trying to do, because the Bobcat is a little bit smaller. So I think it's still the same price though, about $400 to $500 for 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because out there, it's a lot of farm country, so there probably is people out there that definitely have those type of equipment, because it's all farm country.
Right. And I saw, like, as we were driving, because, it's like a back road and it's like a straight shot. So as we were driving, we saw other people that looked like they had, equipment that cleared the land. So, so Love Power was like, I think it would probably be best to get someone from out of the area. That way also it's easier for us to transport, because, that's a dirt road right there. And, it'll be a little bit harder trying to bring it all the way from, Atlanta or some crazy thing like that. You know what I'm saying? When you can just maybe find somebody in the area who will let us use their equipment and might let us use it for cheap compared to going to like a store and renting it or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, but I was gonna do, because like before, I said it was just me and my wife. I was gonna do most of that by hand. It would have been a lot of work, but either that, or I was gonna go hire some Hispanics somewhere and pay them a couple bucks, let them do it. I thought about doing something like that. But.
That might be a good idea, because they actually, a lot of times they have equipment that, other people already have, because I know like a lot of them do landscaping, you know what I'm saying? So they already have that equipment. So we could find, Hispanic service that does that. It might be cheaper for us to actually let them do that than for us to rent it and do it ourselves. That is another option, a better option probably, than us trying to do it. I know we were talking about, because we saw where somebody obviously tried to clear the top part of the land, and they had burned some trees and stuff. Yeah. I thought that might be a good idea, but Love Power said that it might take because of the overgrowth, because it looks like it's grown up even more since they tried to do that. He said it might get out of control, and so it might be a bad idea to try to do that again. But I thought it was a good idea. I don't know, but of course I'm not a construction person. I don't know anything about land, so he said it might get out of control, so it might not be good to actually try to burn the trees.
I mean, how bad is it is it possible to take some saws and do it? Just get some power saws and just do it ourselves?
It's a lot of land to do that. It's a lot of land, and you also have undergrowth. So as we're cutting down the trees, you still have like, it looks like years of undergrowth that you're walking over. So that would have to be cleared too. So it's not just the trees that have to be cut down. It's the undergrowth underneath your feet that's going to have to be moved as well. It's kind of like, when you're in the snow, and when you're walking through the snow and your feet sink down into the snow, like that's how much undergrowth is out there. Like you're walking and your feet are actually sinking into the undergrowth. So you have to, you would have to get that out of the way as well as the trees.
It's a jungle out there, man.
Yeah, it is.
I was leaning. It just sounds like we're gonna have our work cut out for us. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, once it's cleared, we can actually have a lot of people volunteer and come out and help get the farm and everything started. I think also going out there, you got to make sure to have the correct attire on, because I wore tennis shoes and a T-shirt, and you are probably going to need like hiking boots or construction boots and like a long shirt, because it's like a lot of sticky, thorny bushes out there. So.
Yeah, well, when I was out there, I was in my black combat pants and my black combat boots when I was out there.
I still got my coveralls.
Yeah, see, I learned my lesson today. So the next time I go down there, I will have some construction boots and a long shirt on.
So after seeing the land, is everything still? Is your plan still August 15th? Or do you think, because all the work needs to be done, it might set you back a little bit?
If we can get the equipment, it can be done by August. If we can get the equipment, I know Love Power is saying that someone would probably have to go down there for like a week and do it. And my last day at my job is going to be on the 8th of August. So if we can go down there like maybe every other week or every weekend from now until August, we could probably, if we can find the equipment, we could probably get it cleared before August. If not, maybe the week before we actually have everybody come down there on the 15th, we can do it then. It's two options, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we got to do the pathway before then, so we can be able to walk around and actually, not be hurt and stuff like that. But other than that, if we can find the biggest issue is finding the equipment to do it. So, okay. Yeah, if we can get the equipment, it'll be a piece of cake.
All right, and as far as the power pole, like, do you guys see a good place to put it? Because I was thinking about putting it like over in that clearing area. That way, it's easier to connect it to the housing. But if you guys see a better place, then I think that that would probably be the best area, because it actually looks like, I don't know if someone made that, because it looked like it was concrete underneath a little bit. But it probably would be best to put it there that way, because that area is already kind of cleared, like that little area is already kind of clear. So that would probably be the best place to put it, because if you go down further, if it starts raining or something like that, you know how in the road it was flooding in that area, that right.
You might not want to take it further down than that. So that clearing is probably where you have the PVC pipe, somewhere like right in that area.
All right. And as far as like the farming, like what area do you guys think was best as farming? Because you just mentioned, the other areas kind of low, so if it floods, we don't want our crops to get flooded. So I was thinking about doing like greenhouses or something, but greenhouses.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because like I kind of went to school to learn how to do that, because I wanted to do that when I moved onto a piece of land.
Okay. Yeah. So we actually went over the diagram while we were there, and the diagram is good the way the farm is set up, because the way it is that we kind of set up like 3 acres for the farm, and 1 acre we were saying could be like the greenhouses and aquaponics. I don't know if you guys know, but it's basically like a aquaculture system inside of a greenhouse.
No, I know how to build those.
Yeah,
I know how to build those.
Yeah, awesome. So, I mean, because we were actually talking about taking some classes to learn how. So if you already know how to build, like we wanted to do like 1 acre of that, and then, of course, like in-ground produce. And Love Power saying basically what we could do is build like a perimeter around the farm areas where the in-ground produce is going to be. And that way, when it does rain, it kind of, and we saw other people had done that on their property. They made like a trench or like a moat around their farm. And so when the water, when it starts raining, the water will run off into the ditch.
Right.
So, and then another acre would be like raised beds, which are very easy to construct. That's basically kind of like container gardening.
Right. Well, that's what I wanted to say too. Like, is there any of the like trees out there salvageable to where we could like send them off to a plant and probably get them cut down, or possibly cut them down ourselves?
Love Power said they weren't big enough for that. We did think about that because the goal was to keep as many of the trees that are on the outlying, the perimeter as possible. Right. And those are the bigger trees, but you don't want to cut those down. So the ones that are in the middle, those are like the smaller trees, and they might not be as good for wood. They might be good to make like the pallets that we're talking about for the raised beds, but like anything else, they might be good for firewood maybe, but not for building like a structure or anything like that. No,
I'm just saying that as long as we're able to repurpose for something, we're able to save cost on something else.
Right, and they could be used for like the raised beds or something like that, but they probably wouldn't be good for anything else.
Okay.
All right.
Ramel, when did you plan on, that was another question we had, when did you plan on coming down? Do you have a set time?
Well, I'm trying to get my family down to Atlanta late July, early August, because I want my kids to start school when they first start school down there. I don't want them to miss any days.
Cool. Oh, no, I was just,
so no, the quicker the better for me. It's just all a matter of like changing my paperwork to down there. I just have to get the information of who's accepting the vouchers as far as Section 8 in that area. So the closer I can get to that area, I can be there.
Okay,
in no
cool.
time.
I would think you probably, because Atlanta's like 2 hours and 15 minutes away from there, so you probably want to look in like Milledgeville, Sandersville. Macon was a little bit further, but maybe Milledgeville, Sandersville, that area, because Atlanta's like, you're not going to want to drive that far every day. So.
All right, so our focus is pretty much now getting the equipment and stuff to clear the land and the power pole, I guess.
Right, exactly. So if we can get the power pole put in, and we can get the land cleared, everything else is, if Ramel is going to be in housing, the only thing is that me getting the RV down there, which is not going to be a problem because that can just be driven on the land. So yeah, the biggest things right now is the well, the power pole, and then clearing the land.
Have you ever found like an RV?
I was looking on Craigslist, and I saw some. They needed to be redone a little bit. Love Power is going to actually, the next time we meet, we were going to go through it so he could actually see if there were any that can be redone, like that he could actually go in and remodel, because a lot of them look kind of, they look really bad, but that's fixable. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that we can't fix, and so I think the RV is probably the best idea right now as temporary housing, because everything else, we were talking about the tiny homes, but with the tiny homes, of course, you would still have to construct it, and you would still have to buy, like, the insulation, the materials, the windows, the doors. You know what I'm saying? So the RV is probably the best idea, and then Love Power could just go in and redo it for me, or fix it up. So.
Right. Sounds good. So we have our goals. So we got to get on them, and we got to gotta really push the GoFundMe because since we've been pushing it, we've only raised like $60 in the past week, so we gotta get on that.
Yeah, and also the website. Are we gonna get it set up on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because once we get that done, then I actually put a page on the website. It looks like the whole thing is about donating. So there's like links on there to like the registries, like Amazon, Walmart, Lowe's. There's like the flyer on there, and they can download it, like, you know what I'm saying, or share it or whatever. So once we get the website up, it has like 2 or 3 links on that page as well that'll take you straight to the GoFundMe.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking about, like, honestly going into the churches, because all these people say here they donating, and if they knew what we were trying to do and they were really about bettering the community and stuff like that, and they were going to donate to the cause. I just wanted to think about what exactly going in there and saying, and not just rambling things.
Right. That's a good idea to hit up churches and mosques or whatever religious center that we can, that talks about better community, so we can get some funding for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and also doing kind of like a press kit and sending it out to some media, like some different black newspapers and different online news places. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want me to work on that, I can work on a press kit, and that way we can distribute it to as many media sources as we can.
All right.
Sorry, guys, I'm getting out the car, so if y'all hear me moving around.
Anyone else have any more questions or anything else to discuss in the land? Or?
No, not right now, no.
How about you? Romero, do you have anything else you need to talk about, Sister Jamila?
No, I'm good actually. I think that we're probably from now on we're probably going to have to start having conference calls at least once or twice a week, and then there was something else I was about to say that I forgot. The conference calls and okay, talk to Avery first and come back to me because I forgot. I was opening my door and stuff and I forgot what I was going to say.
Hi, Brother Avery. Got any questions, anything you want to say?
No. Hold on a second. Hello?
Yeah, hey.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I don't really have any questions. I mean, I'm just, I'm pretty excited to see what you guys are doing, man. And I'm looking at you as, I guess y'all covered everything pretty much that I can think of right now.
All right.
Okay, I remember, you guys. I was going to say, so we should have the IDs and the money for the power pole by July 14th, right?
Right.
Okay. And then we're going to work on getting the equipment to clear the land. And are we going to try to get the well done at, like, the beginning of August or?
Yeah, I was hoping, to get the well done when if we can get done before I come down there, or we can get done like when I come down in August, we can all just all the volunteers and people that come down there, we can all just get down and start trying to finish it.
What else needs to be done to it?
It needs to be dug a little further, and it looks like because a bunch of sand and dirt probably got into it and filled up some of the holes that was already dug. So I probably have to dig that out and try to go a little deeper, or just start new on a different spot.
Okay. I've seen the video that you have posted on how to do it. So
yeah, oh, go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying that I watched it. It seemed pretty simple to do. I don't have a problem with doing it.
Yeah, the only problem that I ran into is we didn't have a big enough hose or like the actual because the hose we used was actually like a hose that some other family used to drain their RV's bathroom stuff. So the hose smelled like crap. So I was trying to work around that, and it was clogged. It had because it had a lot of built up crap in there. So I was trying to work with that, and the water pump couldn't pump the water through there fast enough because it was a lot of built up nastiness in there.
Right. Yeah, my brother was watching your video, and he was saying that probably the best because once we found the area where the water is, he was just saying using the water itself to build a well actually helps because when you put the equipment down into the water pushes the sand and the dirt up. So so he's going to go down one time with me because my brother's he builds things and he's a physics major, so he knows how to make all that stuff work. And he watched your video, and that's actually what he said. The first thing he said to me was like he needs a bigger hose. He needs a bigger hose, and then also the water pumping down in there the pressure needs to be built up more. And so if we can get that, if we can find a bigger hose, and or if we go where Love Power was saying where the creek is, we might be able to use the water to push up the sand and dirt instead of using a hose.
Okay. Well, I still have all the materials, for that. So just move the Hodge family well over there if need be, because I still have all the materials. I still got the PVC pipe. I can take the PVC pipe out of the current hole and take it out. I still got the pump and everything else. We just need to get a hose and yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Because the PVC pipe is expensive. Oh, go ahead.
So did you see a place as of like where we could all gather to until everything else was done? Is that
they actually there's a I think the way that Jashiam was coming because he was coming from up north and he went through Sandersville. There's actually a little town that we went through called Wrightsville because we didn't even go through Sandersville. We went through Wrightsville, and they have what looks like some type of it's either some type of like small housing or some type of hotel or something that we might be able to stay in as we work. But it's still would be costly because we would still have to pay for it per night. We didn't see anything where like most of those people that are out there, they look like they've been there for a while, so there's not like any houses to rent or you know what I'm saying, or any type of like big hotels or anything. The one big hotel we saw was closed, and it looks like it had been closed for a while. So it's probably the best thing would probably be to either rent like another RV from someone while we work, or you know what I'm saying, maybe get some porta potties or something. But other than that, we didn't see a lot of places where you could actually stay for a night or rent or anything like that.
Okay. Did anybody over? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just interrupting.
And I was going to say, did it look like anybody in the area have anything that we might be able to, like, barter to use or ask to use?
We did see some heavy equipment, but they weren't. They were plowers. They were like when you're plowing the land and you have the claws in the back.
Right.
So they were plowers, but we were thinking that in order to get that land cleared, somebody had to have some type of earth moving equipment So the biggest thing is probably calling around the bigger cities, Milledgeville, maybe Sandersville, Macon, seeing if we can find someone, with a discounted price that we could use their equipment. Because those people out there have more farming equipment. It's earth-moving equipment, but it's for farming. It's not for moving and clearing land.
Well, I was also thinking, like if we can get some porta potties or something, then out there, and then it was like whenever we go out there to work, because the town is not that, like the town is not far off. Like we can go in there and we make it a camping trip or something. Go in there and camp, work, and then pack up and go back home for like the next weekend or something.
Right. Because what we're gonna do is that would probably be the best idea. We're gonna go down there and stay for like a weekend, but the next time that we go, it probably would need to be that way, where we get like a big tent or something like that, and we come out there and we stay for like a week and clear the land and everything, and then, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody is gonna have to be down there for a dedicated period of time to get that land cleared.
Yeah, and I wish I was closer, because I'll be on there all the time too, but I'm 12 hours away,
Right, yeah. I mean, I have once I leave on the 8th, I'll because the last day on my job is the 8th. Once I leave, I'll have the time to go down there and stay, for a dedicated period of time. But it's only going to be a couple of days before everybody's supposed to come down there and start helping. You know what I'm saying? So
right. How many people do we got coming down there on August 10th? Because it's got enough people, then we can all just, if we don't got the equipment, not done by then, we get a lot of people, but we can get a lot cleared with like 15, 20 people.
I think actually on the public page it is 20 people now.
Yeah, a lot of people say they're going to come to support, but sometimes they don't show up. So if we get a definite number of people that are going to show up, because I know you can show up, I know Love Powers are going to show up. I'm going to be there, and I don't know.
I'm definitely going to be there. Hopefully, I'll be there to move to Atlanta before August, so I won't even have to travel as far. But I'm definitely going to be there, whether I move there or not.
Right. I know my brother and his fiance and my little sister are going to be there, so that's 3 people.
And so it's all together, that's like 7 to 8 people. So if you can get a lot done with that, but we need a lot more.
Yeah. I know one guy had inboxed me, and he was asking me about hotels in the area, and he said that he was going to bring 2 or 3 friends. That's 3 people right there. He asked me about hotels, so I'm hoping that means that he's planning on coming.
All right, so let's say that maybe at the least we had 10 people. So
right.
So we can still we can this is what I've been doing, because I've been kind of broke lately. I've been going to Walmart. I've been buying tools, using them for a couple of days, and then returning the tools back to Walmart to get the money back. So we can do that. We can buy the tools at Walmart there in Tennesville, and then after we're done using them, you can clean them off and just return them. You got like 9 days to return them. Return them and you get our money back, and then you can keep doing that, until the land's cleared.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
Whatever you got to do by any means necessary, right?
Yeah, because that's what I did last time, man. Me and my wife, we went to Walmart, and she was laughing at me. She's like, man, she said, I wanted to marry a black person, but you're like the blackest brother I've ever met. I'll be hustling.
Because you're taking your stuff back.
Yeah. Okay. It was like I went to Walmart, I got all the tools. I put some tools to work, and then I took them back with my receipt. Some still had all kinds of money on it. I didn't care, man. I'm taking it back.
I mean, I'm down with that. I think the biggest thing is if we can even if we can't clear all of the land, if we can clear the front, because we can work at it, in pieces. But if we can just clear the front where the housing is supposed to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could camp. We could begin to camp, or we can, bring some other housing down there, and we can work on it piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? So even if we can't clear all of it at one time, maybe just doing the front. You know what I'm saying? We can start to get things done, and then we could, come back and clear the rest. Or, since myself and Ramel will be down there at that time full time, we can continue to work on it piece by piece. And then Love Power is going to be there as well. So.
Yeah, and I think with 10 people, we can clear an acre and a half, 2 acres in a day if we all get, to focus on that,
Exactly. So piece by piece, even if we can't, that the first option is to get the equipment. If we can't, then clearing it piece by piece is cool.
All right, yeah, that sounds good, and that way, it kind of means a lot more to us because we're sweating and we're breaking our backs to investing in this land, so it means a little more to us. So.
Exactly.
All right, anything else?
Jamila, what did you say were the surrounding areas again?
Milledgeville, Sandersville, and Macon. Macon.
Okay.
All right. All right, well, if there's nothing else, then I will download this call, upload it, and I'll post it in the group for all those that missed it. And I'll post a link into our chat for all those that missed it.
Cool.
And I appreciate you and Brother Love Power going out there to check Atlanta and see it for yourself. It makes it a lot more real, instead of talking about it when you all go down there. So, yeah, this is what Brother's talking about,
Right. I bled for this.
Yeah. Someone's got you.
Yes, they did. Next time, and you guys, just to let you know, when you go down there, please do not wear any T-shirts and do not wear any tennis shoes. You're going to be miserable.
Gotcha.
So, my wife's really excited about going out. This is the first time she's going out there not being pregnant. She can actually walk around and do stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's going to love this. She's going to have a good time.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for showing up for the call, and thanks for everyone, doing what you're doing in this community. And I guess there's nothing else, we can end it, and keep planning.
All right, cool. Peace and blessings, everybody.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.